Don't feel shy.
Welcome back to CIUT 89.5 with 6 Degrees Radio.
6 Degrees Radio.
Every single Monday, 10 till midnight. And we've got some special guests in the building.
Are they special, though? I always want to ask that question. Like, how special? Like, I feel like that word is just thrown around so loosely.
Okay, we got some average guests in the
Why you
building.
gotta change it just because he said that, though?
Yo, 416-946-7000. I feel like City is probably going to be calling that number anytime, any moment. We're supposed to have another person here.
He's definitely listening.
And, you know, it's so, let's just kind of get right into it. We got Drecey in the building, and
sir.
we have DJ King K in the building.
What's up?
And I told them that when we go live, we have to talk about the difficulty of finding this thing. Is it that like the first time, Slam? Like your first time getting here, did you get lost?
Yeah. Well, because like back when I started, I guess 3 years ago, everything said it was at the old location.
Yeah.
So I didn't know where it was. I was like way like 4 blocks away.
Because everybody we call up here, they get lost.
Seriously?
And Rob, the man, by the way, like this guy, he needs a salary, people, because like he gets everybody here on time. Like seriously, it's incredible.
He did.
Yes.
It was a mission.
It's amazing, man.
So Drecey, we just banged out one of your joints, which was really dope, by the way.
Thanks, man.
What was that track called?
Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway.
Are you a Penny Hardaway fan?
Of course. That name obviously came from the ball player.
Yeah.
Orlando Magic. Back in the day when he played with Shaq, them days, man, I had everything Penny Hardaway.
Did you have the little? Remember the little Muppet or whatever like
doll,
that? You had the
Penny.
little dog.
Little Penny. About to buy another one. I lost it.
remember
I saw
that?
another one on eBay the other day. I might buy it. I might just buy it. Yeah.
That's so. You have a Penny Hardaway jersey?
I had a Penny Hardaway jersey. I was Penny Hardaway. See, when you're ghetto, your Halloween costumes typically are just whatever's in the closet, and then you just use your mind to create the rest.
Yeah.
So one year I was Penny Hardaway. That consisted of a Penny Hardaway jersey and some jeans.
That's dope.
I was gangster that year. Yeah, that was
Nice,
good.
nice. Yo, what about you, Kid K? Who was your ball player? You know, like when you're a kid and you shoot hoops, you're like Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or Shaq or Mutombo, my house.
Yo,
Like, who are you?
Carter was my guy, man. Vince Carter. Excuse my voice. I'm a little sick right now, but Vince Carter, that's my dude, man.
You mean the crybaby?
Yeah, he's a crybaby, but he's sick though.
But he's so sensitive.
He is. There's a lot.
But
of
his dunks were
sensitive-
crazy.
Exactly.
They really were.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like he
Crazy.
cried, and then when he dunked on you, you cried
Yeah.
more
We cried together, man.
Definitely.
than we cried. You know what? I was always like Jordan, and then I started messing around with like, remember Stoudemire though? Remember Mighty
David
Mouse?
Stoudemire. Yeah, of
That
course.
was my guy. What about you, Slam?
Oh, I was like Shaq because like, I couldn't shoot,
Yeah.
but I would stuff everybody. So, you know,
Yeah,
because I'm like
okay.
6'4", right? So like they always just made me center.
Just stay by the net.
They're just like, just block everybody. Put your hands up, just block everybody.
So, you know, Drecey, you're no stranger. Like we've sat down together before,
Absolutely.
and I know you guys. You know, you got the Level Up media group thing popping off, right?
Absolutely.
So, from the last time we sat down to today, like at the end of the day, anything you do, like I imagine you want it to, you know, trajectory to go up.
Absolutely.
So how has that been moving so far? Don't lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
Don't be a liar. It's
Not
okay.
gonna lie.
We all want to grow. That's why we're here. We want to grow. So talk to me about how it's been going.
Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna boost. Okay,
All right.
so we upped the amount of shows. So last year, like we did 3. I told you last time we're gonna do 4. We're still
Dope.
on schedule for that.
Dope.
We have the first one coming up already. Real quickly, it's the first time where we have artists where none of us know the artist. The artist actually came to us,
Okay.
and they came to us through our website. Because we got a website now.
Oh, look at this guy.
You know, let me start with that.
Well, excuse me.
Levelupmediagroup.ca.
Okay.
You know, levelupmediagroup.ca. I'll say it twice because it's so nice. But they came to us. So we have actually, that's how we're vetting people now. We're getting a lot of engagement, a lot of views on our Instagram videos, the things that we're doing. Because more now so than ever, it's about just engaging the audience.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Putting something interesting in their face. So
Absolutely.
I've been doing that. We've been doing that as a team, and it's been showing results. We got the website. We also have, I want to talk about it a little bit later, but we got a little merchandise that we've been doing.
The merch, I've been seeing that.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, the merch
And
is fire.
And
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
That's
Yeah.
really been, and that's not a lie. We've restocked twice already on that.
That's wicked.
So I can't lie about
You can't
that.
lie. The
I can't.
numbers don't
I
lie.
got the receipts at home. I can show you, man. I got
proof.
the receipts,
The
man.
proof
I
is
got
in
the
the
paper.
pudding.
And
I got
where
the
does
paper.
where does DJ King K come in the mix? I mean, other than I'm assuming probably just
I'm
spinning the.
I'm just the DJ, man. I'm I'm part of the machine, making the whole thing work with these guys right here. So I'm just blessed and happy to be part of the crew.
No
That's
doubt.
it, yeah.
I see a lot of the times, and I also hear from my DJ friends. Slam might be able to speak to this as he is a DJ.
I am.
Do
What's up?
Out to the DJs.
do girls do DJs get played just off being the DJ? These guys are like, why are you putting me on question like that?
I don't even know.
Why are you doing that?
I mean,
Where the PR training comes in, you know what I mean?
I can't speak for the DJ. I mean, I don't get much play. Do I get plays? Yeah, do you see me?
Not that
I'm just
from what
there
I
to
It sounds
see,
like you're
man.
downplaying it.
I'm just there to do a job, man.
Every time I've been at the club with you, it's sweating and bottles behind the DJ booth.
You know what?
It's crazy. He goes in, man. He crazy with it, man.
What about you, Slam?
We got to remember, we're there. We're up in front of the lights the whole time. We're mad sweaty, and we're the last ones to leave.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
First
You
one's
know-
there, last one's out.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
So if the girls are staying right to the end,
Right.
then yeah, sure, why not?
The girls that stay right at the end, are those like
No,
the
you don't want them.
things,
No,
or
you're like, no.
That's like shake. You know, like when you buy a bag and it's at the bottom, it's like shake,
No,
right?
no, you didn't.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend nobody.
No, you didn't.
I just want to speak to the DJs one more time too, because I mean, like when you look at the change where it used to be wax, like carrying crates, and then now you can kind of carry your whole set, on a USB or whatever, right? Like it's
Laptop.
not, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that was beneficial to your particular industry, or meaning like, okay, you know what, I can go to whatever show, how many shows a night or a day or whatever, and I could play country here, I could play rock there, I could play rap there, whereas back in the day you have to lug around a whole bunch. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and then on the flip side of that, it's like, I've never spun in my entire life, but if I want to be a DJ, it's kind of a lot easier now.
Yeah.
True.
So what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, well, for me, like I started on vinyl, so I was
Yeah.
because I've been DJing for like 15 years or something like that, and so when I first started, like you'd bring it all out and everything, but when like the USB and the controllers and stuff came out, all of a sudden like you became more valuable, and people were like impressed, like seeing you with turntables, and to this day, if I bring turntables to a set, people are like, "That's crazy! That dude must
That
be
you
nuts."
still, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's crazy. I got a little taste of the vinyl, but when I started, I was straight on to the whole USB, Serato, and all that. So I didn't really experience the vinyl all that much.
Okay.
But I mean, like, just
Do
walk
you
around-
do you feel like that's something you, and sorry to interrupt you, but
It's
do
all
you
right.
feel like that's something you would ever, just to kind of like, not
Don't
saying
get
you
me
not
wrong,
saying you
yeah.
don't respect the craft, but just to kind of
respect it.
show respect
Don't
to
get
the,
me wrong.
you know what
Like,
I mean?
I played on vinyls and stuff, and I respect it to the fullest because it's not as easy as it looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something you really gotta take your time and practice. Like, you know what I mean?
No, absolutely,
respect it.
absolutely. Speaking of respect, I mean, Drecey, like you put on these shows, you're on your gram, you're running around, you're promoing, you're doing a lot.
Right.
Do you feel like the artists that you give this platform to, like, do you feel like the appreciation is there? The artists, like the people who go to your venues, like, are they like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Like, are you getting the, if not financial, at least like the props, the respect for what you're doing out there?
The funny thing is, there was a point where it actually started to fade away from the original vibe that we had.
Yeah.
See, the first few shows, it was more about a vibe. Like I said last time, we started off these shows to put on shows for ourselves. It's how we all started, because we were all artists and he's a DJ. We just wanted to put on shows for ourselves because we were sick of waiting.
Right.
Right. So the vibe was amazing because it was all our peoples. It was our music. It was a good crowd. As this has progressed, it went into something that wasn't. It was more businessy.
Right.
So we realized that. Thank God we realized that. We pulled it back. So now our shows are definitely more focused on the vibe because that's
definitely a vibe.
bigger than anything else. So I definitely, since we've been changing, get back to that. We have been getting so much more appreciation because the crowds are responding to the artists that they don't even know. Like the last show.
And that is big. And sorry, you were saying the last show.
the last show that we had, there was even a point where I was on stage, I was hosting, and I go, I told you guys that you would come in here, you didn't know any of these artists, but you would leave knowing every person, and I looked at everybody and they all had to nod their head and say yes. They couldn't deny it, man.
That's big.
And that was one of the greatest feelings for me, and it wasn't even recognition for me. It was everybody else.
Yeah, but it's the simple fact that like you can put on a show because I used to rap. See Money in the building. See
I
Money
was
in the
about to
building.
ask what the rap name was.
And like I would go to these shows where like, you know, I'm like number 19 on a list of 30.
Right.
And by the time it's my turn to get on the stage, half the audience is left. Only people that are there, people that came to see me. Matter of fact, I was talking to Slam earlier, and I sent Slam over, you know, some of your information, and Slam was like, "Yo, are these the guys?" And Slam had a little interesting story.
All right, let's go into this next track.
No,
I think it's
No,
important.
no,
You don't have to
and
say
it
those
wasn't-
names.
You better be leaving it up to suspense or something. You come back from
We're gonna get right back to this after this track right here. So we're gonna get into the track T-Bone, and we'll come right back with this awkward standing point, which I'm gonna let you guys down with
That's a good
like
part.
after. Here we go.
That's a good break. I like that.
All right.
Yo.
Yeah.
Welcome back to 6 Degrees.
I'm ready.
Back to
I'm ready.
We picking up where we
I
left
am
off.
ready.
DJ Slam. DJ Slam in the building.
DJ Slay.
DJ Slam wants all that smoke.
Let's go. Let's go.
Where's that drop? I don't have it ready. Damn.
I mean, what I was trying to allude to, Slam, I don't know if you want to speak to that, and that's totally your business. But what I was trying to allude to was, you know, these like promoters who ask artists to sell tickets or like, you know, pay to play basically, right? And I don't know if I get it, but I don't like it. I don't care if you want to like, I don't know if you can make that make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like that I gotta like sell tickets for your show so I can perform at your show.
Right.
Like, I mean, I get like it's an opportunity for me to make money.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that should be the end all be all as to whether or not I get an opportunity to perform at your venue.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's all I'm saying. So like,
Agreed. No, I agree with that. I
Yeah.
agree with that 100%. Like my personal feelings is this, man. If there's a lot of artists out here right now that are really, really talented.
yeah.
And the reason that they're not getting the looks that they should be getting is because they're investing in what they think they should be investing in. And these shows where you pay to play,
Yeah.
because it's the normal here. I'm not gonna act like that's not the normal because it's the normal here. You get more artists going to that, and they're actually putting money into these promoters' pockets and performing in front of their friends. At the end of the day, I know this because I've been at the shows, I've performed at the shows, and it costs you more money than it makes you at the end of the day.
Right.
So if something is gonna cost you more money than it makes you, it's never a good business move. And you can only do that for so long, even as an artist, even with all the shit that they say you gotta have money to make money, all that shit. You can only lose money for so long before you say there's gotta be another way to do this, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
So that's where the whole thing came from. It's just, that's where it pretty much it came from. Just to provide another option to artists. You don't have to pay to play. With us, there's no upfront fee. If you sell tickets, that's up to you. That's your prerogative. The more you sell, though, the more money you end up getting.
Well, naturally.
Yeah, because
naturally.
if you bring people, naturally we're gonna pay you for bringing the people, and we didn't have to do it.
I
We
would
didn't
hope
have to
so.
do it, so we're gonna pay you to do it. But the thing about it is, we're not gonna ask you to come out of pocket $250 and then force you to sell 10, 12 tickets or whatever it is, man. It's up to you.
What about like when you have you know, a larger act? So okay. King K. So you're a DJ, right? And obviously you want to get your name out there. You want to, you know, you want to spin where you can spin.
Yeah,
So
for
if you got a major act coming into the city, like a headliner or whatever like that, and they say, "Yo, I like what you do." Sam, this goes to you too because you're a DJ. I like what you do.
Yeah.
Would you pay to open up for that larger act?
Hell no.
No.
Yeah. So I guess like we should just get back to
Yeah,
the
let's see
whole
what it-
reason this came up was that when Chris like said, because I asked about, obviously I talked to him about who's coming in and stuff.
Yeah.
And he mentioned Level Up, and I for a second blanked and thought you were someone else that I'd spoken to like a couple of years ago.
Okay.
I looked it up. I just confirmed it on my phone and everything. It wasn't
It's
you.
not.
There was some dude. I forget who it was. I would call him out if I could, but he was like pushing me for 20 messages, being like, "Yo, we got to open up for this dude, Young Drip, or something like that."
Okay.
And I was like, "Who is this guy?" And
Drop.
he's like the biggest dude. It's gonna be a huge show. Like people told me to get you to open up for this show, and I was like, "Okay." And this guy's like building me up, and then he's like, "Yo, so it'll be $300," and I was like, "What?" And I was just like, "Never message me again."
Yeah, I've gotten all of those, man.
Yeah.
I've gotten open up for Post Malone.
Yeah.
Young Tory just performed, and I know that there was some artists that had to pay to perform.
So wait a second. So are we not? So okay, just to be clear, you're saying artists out there, DJs out there, like big artist comes through. I
don't know who Young Drip is. I don't know.
Oh, well, Young
I was
Drip-
like, why am I paying $300 for this dude I'd never heard of?
That I get. But just to be clear, so big artist comes through, you got a chance to perform on the same stage as them. It could be 20,000, 10,000,
Yeah.
whatever, more than you're gonna.
Yeah.
Get at your show. Maybe the
Exactly.
venues you're at can't even hold that. So they come through and they say, look, here's a shot. Just spend a little bit of money. So let's quickly right around the table. Drecey, are you doing that? And let's even put a face to the headliner. Let's just call the headliner. Let's keep it local. Let's say it's Drake. Drecey, are you paying to open for Drake?
125%. Like I said, if you're gonna put money into something, you're gonna make sure you're gonna make that money back. Right. And if I perform in front of a Drake show where Drake is doing stadiums, even if I open up and I'm there 2 hours before he's supposed to go on, I get 5% of his crowd. We're talking about
That's a good point.
30,000
That's a good point.
people.
When you say a name like that,
Because I know I'm not going to get his entire crowd.
Yeah.
What if we're talking about stadium shows where I only want to capture 5% of his crowd and they'll do the rest for me?
That's a good point.
Are you crazy?
Okay,
I'm
so-
there.
That's I think that's So maybe go on a much
matters.
smaller
I
scale.
was gonna say, yeah.
Go on
Yeah.
a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Let's say she's popping right now, and I don't want to call her name, but I'm gonna call it that Chroma's girl. The reason why I call her is because she's all about clout and not really.
Talent?
I'm not. She has got a lot of clout. I'm not gonna
All right.
talk negatively about anybody. But okay, I know a lot of artists that if she was doing a show would pay to be on that show.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Are you?
Because
I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna stop talking.
She knows it. She knows it. Everybody else knows it. That's why she commands whatever I don't know her fee, but I know she commands money now.
And by the way, you know what? You should. If you got it like that, then you absolutely should. There's no reason that you should. Like, if you work to get it, why are you giving it away for free?
Right.
Straight up.
And I want to just drop another promoter's name because, somebody who puts on a show.
Right.
Has anybody here ever worked with Freddie Fame?
Absolutely.
How do we feel? How do we feel about what? Better, let me ask a different question. What is different than what Freddie Fame does versus what you do? Because Freddie Fame has been in the game for a minute.
Legend.
For a minute. So what is different about what he does versus what you do?
I love what Freddie does, man. Freddie, I started doing Freddie shows. Like I was doing, I've done a Freddie show. I've done a few Freddie shows. So that's how I met him, right? And I've spoken to him one-on-one. He's an amazing guy, man. He's all about the business. He's all about getting work done, and he's about the artist if he sees the talent in it. You know what I'm saying? The thing that he does that separates him from a lot of these pay-to-play people now is that he's bringing in big artists to these shows, like from out of the city too.
Right.
And he's also taking artists from the city and bringing them outside the city.
A lot of people, and we've got to respect the time, and I certainly don't want to use the last little bit of our time talking about Freddie Fame.
We got about a minute.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have the greatest things to say about him.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of people thinks that he actually uses artists. I'm sure that you've heard that before.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And and everybody's experience is going to be different with everybody. People could come here and sit down and be like, Chris, you were horrible and you wasted my time. And some other people could be like, that was great.
was
You know what I
amazing,
mean?
right.
So we'll leave it at that with the Freddie Fame situation. But it sounds like your experience was positive.
I have nothing but respect for the man. He does what he does and he operates, and it's successful what he does. So there's no reason to put shade on it. At the end of the day, there are artists that he has put on his show that have gotten recognition from his shows.
Right, and if it
so
wasn't for-
I'm never going to talk down on somebody who's trying to do the exact same thing I'm trying to do.
Right.
No matter what the method is. You know what I mean?
Except if
just
they're-
different methods about going.
Except if they're asking people to pay to perform.
I mean, it's just different ways of going about
Except
it.
if they're asking people to pay.
It's just two separate ways. Like I said before, PR
Level
training.
up.
PR training. You understand? It's just two separate ways of going about it. That's all it is.
Yo, man. Listen, yo, Drecey, DJ King K, and let's just pretend that City's here. City,
City,
you know what I'm
City
saying?
boy.
It was yo,
Skid
City's
Daniels.
lost, man. Like we need to like
He's
put out an
somewhere.
Yeah,
ARD
I
He's
don't
on
even know if he
around this
responded.
building
I don't even know if he responded, man.
Yo,
I don't
but-
even know if he responded. But hey, listen, March 16th, we got a show coming up.
Okay.
March 16th, May Cafe. We got 4 new artists that we're going to put on in front of you, man. Last show we did was bonkers. We're going to do it again. We want everybody to come through. Go to levelupmediagroup.ca.
Dope.
You're going to find out all the information about our show. If you're an artist, if you're an independent artist listening to this right now, go to levelupmediagroup.ca. Register for our future shows. We want to put you on. We want to get you that recognition. Artists we have, this is no lies. There's artists that we have put on that have gotten recognition from blogs, websites, and these are notable ones. Now I'm not talking about like they got like 300 followers.
You mean like my blog?
Nah, see why you keep putting shade on everything, man? You doing your thing, man. What's wrong with this man?
Hey.
We're talking good like Hip Hop Canada. We're talking
yeah.
those type of things.
Okay,
and
okay.
so we're trying to do the best for our artists. And if you come out and you show out, you'll definitely get the best out of the experience. So that's all we're looking for right now. March 16th. Okay, come down, man.
Yo, before we get out of here, make sure you plug the social media so they know how to get at you, man.
Absolutely. The social media is Level Up Media Group. It's at all of that. If you want my personal one, it's at It's Drecey, and Drecey is Drecey.
And
King
me,
K.
at DJ King K _ on Instagram. Everything else, same thing. DJ King
Can we
K.
and can we? He's not here, but
City, yeah, absolutely. City is get at city, so it's pretty much spelled like that. City is spelled
With an S,
SITY.
bomb. You guys,
All
it
right.
was a pleasure, man. Thank you for
Always
coming
a
through.
pleasure, man.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you for having us come through. Always blessings.
Respect, bro.
DJ Slam, Rob, what up? He's very mellow over there. Is that always his demeanor? For real?
You
Yeah,
should sick
yeah.
and tired of trying to like direct people to the radio station.
He's very calm. He keeps me calm. Like if I ever, he's good. He's like a human fidget.
All right, let's jump into the last track here before we go to the ads. Here we go with Used To.
Don't feel shy.